Lamar, all y'all fans, who the f do y'all be listening to when he don't be dropping music? Cause you know who brought him out? The GOAT, Drake, had to give that a backhand in lyrical form on first person shooter that to the point he felt offended that he had to respond.
I got my fucking head up high, my back straight, I'm 10 fucking toes down, in Florida, anywhere else I go, and I know that no matter what, it's not a nigga on this earth that can ever fuck with me in my life.
So Drake has just shocked the entire internet yet again when he released Taylor Made Freestyle, where he used AI Snoop Dogg and AI Tupac to go at Kendrick Lamar. This man means war and is putting all the pressure on Kendrick to now respond. Some notable lyrics would be, I guess you need another week to improve. What the fuck is taking so long? We waiting on you. Dot, I know you in that NY apartment, you struggling right now. I know it. In the notepad doing lyrical gymnastics. My boy, you better have a motherfucking quintuple entendre on that shit. It's evident Drake is on full demon time for this diss track and captioned his IG post, Taylor Made Freestyle while we wait on you, I guess. It was anticipated that Kendrick was set to release an album in May with a diss track to Drake on. But after this, he has to release in the coming days.
Drake doesn't know too much about AI. Trust me, I talked to him. He didn't know too much about AI. This is within maybe 4 or 5 days. This is how quick he probably got onto it. He had to learn about making AI tracks. He then was like, you know what? Instead of rejecting it and be like, yo, hey, they're putting out fake tracks of me. Let me use it and make a track that's gonna, instead of going against the technology, embrace it. Here's what he does. He writes all 3 verses. He wrote Pac's verse. AI Pac. He wrote AI Pac's. He wrote AI Snoop. And now, here's the funny thing. Everybody's watched 8 Mile, right? Come on, that's a reference everybody knows. Hey, one of the dopest things in a battle, well, first of all, everybody knows the 8 Mile strategy. You diss yourself and you kind of neutralize your opponent.
It's true.
He basically writes his Pac saying, hey, why don't you rap that he's a Canadian?
Kendrick may be seeming to leave this feud alone, considering he's the one that started it. But what is really about to happen with this Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef? Be sure to stick around till the end for the full details. As everyone is aware, Drake recently dropped a song titled Push Ups, in which he made fun of a number of rappers, including Kendrick Lamar, Rick Ross, Future, Metro Boomin, J. Cole, and possibly subliminals to the whole music industry. You all need to remember that music is a business. I think everyone participating in this feud is aware of how beneficial it is for hip-hop. I'm not suggesting that this is pre-planned and that they're all covertly collaborating behind the scenes, but it's amusing and funny that all of these artists, yes, even Drake, have declining hip-hop sales figures. If their names are associated with this feud, they will all profit financially. They can produce a song or an album, and even if they don't react, fans will still tune in, increasing streams and sales. Hip-hop has always benefited financially from beef, because, well, you get the idea. Although if you go back to over a decade ago, when Drake was on Hot 97, he was even asked then about a possible rap battle with Kendrick Lamar after he subliminally dissed him. And he even called him out on the interview for being fake in person.
Oh, like after Kendrick's thing, you wouldn't. I noticed you didn't really get into that too much. So
I just I don't know. It just wasn't real to me. It's I saw him after that, and it was just love. So it's was that real or was that just for the people? You know what I mean?
I think it's a sparring kind of sport.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's then let it be real. Then I mean, because those were harsh words, right? So it's you can't just say that and then see me and be like, yeah, man, what's up? Pretending like nothing ever happened. That's not real. That's not, to me, that's not the nature of battling. I mean, there's passion behind it. There's anger behind it.
Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notification bell. This way, you'll never miss out on any future celebrity videos similar to these. On the push-up track, Drake undoubtedly delivered some well-aimed jabs at Kendrick Lamar. He ridiculed the rapper's shoe size, referred to him as a pipsqueak, claimed he was being blackmailed by his label, and implied that he was no more of a sellout rapper than any other rapper who recorded pop tunes for profit. There was a much overlooked bar that had hugs and kisses, don't tell me there are no switches. I'll be rocking every chain I own when I go back, along with some bodyguards like Whitney. In Kendrick's song, he said along the lines, you guys better grab the switches and get ready for some chain snatching. Drake said, no, you're not. But the lyric, I be with bodyguards like Whitney, does allude to Whitney Houston's 1992 film, Bodyguards. But Whitney is also Kendrick Lamar's fiancée. It's quite significant that Drake brought up Kendrick's fiancée in this feud. as without this bar, you could just say it's playful between the top Goliaths in the scene. But whenever you bring partners or family members into diss tracks, it shows your intention and that you're prepared to go to war and nothing is off limits. Additionally, the fact just yesterday Drake posted a story wondering if today is going to be the day, hinting whether or not Kendrick Lamar is going to respond, tells everyone he's prepared for the war of words with Kendrick and most likely has another track ready to drop, which references back to the clip we saw earlier from a decade ago, talking about Kendrick Lamar and a potential beef brewing. Like Drake even mentioned in push-ups, fans are funny, and it shows how when you're number one, people want your downfall. Y'all literally said Drake's scared to drop every day until he finally did. Thought J. Cole would do it and he bottled it. Now Drake has actually came correct, y'all, moving the goalpost for Kendrick. The reason Kendrick has to drop is because he literally the one who asked for this smoke and allegedly has a red button diss he had tucked for 4 years. He literally has no excuse not to drop. Lyrically, as a hip-hop fan, we know Kendrick is dangerous, but let's keep it 1000%, Drake is on our playlist more. Kendrick does not have the replay value or the consistency to go against Drake in war, so this is probably what is taking him forever. Drake ready for all the smoke. I see people asking, didn't Drake take a month? But forget that Drake was battling 20 people. Also, he was waiting for Metro to drop the second album. Dropped the diss the day after. Y'all rate Kendrick so high? Why does it take him long to write a response to Drake if he's the GOAT? Shouldn't it take him less, considering that Drake is an easy target? Also, he initiated the beef. Was he not prepared when he dropped the song with Metro? Drake was caught off guard. That's his excuse. I swear Dot isn't responding to this, I'm willing to bet on it. This is really the point at which the conflict will arise. It's important to keep in mind that everything that has happened up to this point has essentially been about numbers. Who has the greatest sales? Who is the most relevant? Who dominates culture? And who is the big three up until now? It has just been fiercely competitive. Even if you go back to Kendrick's Control verse, in which he mocked every significant rapper in the game, including Drake. He claimed to love everyone, but that his motivation was to kill them and steal their fans just for competitive purposes. Someone who has also joined in on this beef has been Rick Ross, who dropped a track just a few hours after Drake, and has been relentless with his posts targeting Drake these past few days. And he has given Drake an ultimatum to apologize and admit that he's BBL Drizzy.
I'm feeling like the bigger person. I'm the bigger person. I'm a boss. Drake, I'm going to give you an opportunity to apologize. First and foremost, you got to admit, confess you got your nose reduction, and confess you got a BBL. And I understand. I know what it's like having those flaps on your stomach and that sweat being under there. You ain't want to do that. You wanted to just fuck a gym. You Drizzy, you BBL. You could go get it done. And you did it. Just confess. Confess. I know you're not going to respond. And this pace is boring me. It's moving too slow. When I came in the game, you had to move fast. Drop a freestyle Fridays. Now this shit social media. I can't do it. You got your minions. What's the other white boy name? 1090. He looked like a fucking wet little whale flapping. Shut up. Mind your business, peon. Man, apologize.
Before we go any further into the video, what do you guys honestly think is going to happen from this feud? Is it looking likely Kendrick will drop a response to Drake's diss track, or will he ignore it and move on with his career? Comment down below. Drake then also called out Rick Ross on Instagram for living in a content creator mansion, which at this point they're having a rich off. The beef is getting too much at this point. Just stick to the diss tracks, which everyone loves. Although interestingly, popular figure in the hip-hop scene, Joe Budden, stated that Kendrick Lamar is baiting Drake into his next track and is going to throw some outlandish claims his way.
I think they should leave this Michael Jackson Prince shit alone. I think it's a setup from Kendrick.
It is.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
He's been referring to himself as Prince for a while, too.
No, it's about to get deep. You playing with the wrong man's brain. The nigga has a Pulitzer for a reason. He is opening a trap door for you with this.
You claiming that you Michael Jackson wanted to be white. He gonna take it
Michael
to that
Jackson,
whole
pedophilia.
He gonna take it to a whole different conscious place.
Yo, listen. I'm telling you.
He gonna take
he's gonna take it to a conscious place.
Anyway, this concludes today's video. Be sure to subscribe to LoafTube for future celebrity videos and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.